We're back here with our friend Jamie Foxx. How old were you when you first started to perform?
Man, I mean, like, literally, right as soon as I came out, I was like ready.
What did your parents think when you decided, I'm going to do this professionally? Did your family support that? Because there are people who are funny or people who can sing, but then to actually go make that your life, that's a risky thing to do.
It is, but I started when I was in like the 3rd grade. Like Mrs. Reeves would give me, she said, you're gonna get in trouble because you're making so much disruption, but she said, why don't I just give you time at the end of class on Fridays and I'll let you tell jokes to the kids, right? And I would tell jokes, but I would tell jokes from the Johnny Carson show. You know why? Because the only TV in my house was in my room, so my parents would watch the Johnny Carson show, so I would just take those jokes and just tell them to the kids, and they thought I was amazing. So that's how I started, and then I started, like, you know, I was doing impersonations, and when I finally got to like LA, I would do different types of impersonations. Like I was the only black guy doing Ronald Reagan. Pause.
Do you still have a Reagan?
Yes, I do. Well, as a matter of fact, there you go again. That's all.
The Gipper.
Yeah.
The Gipper.
Yeah. And so when I got to LA, I started burning up everything. I was killing the clubs, and then like all my impersonations was really like my go-to. And then my Mike Tyson, hey, we boxing to Mike Tyson. Hey, we. But when I went one particular night, I went to my Mike Tyson joke, right? And nobody laughed. You know why? Because Mike was in the audience. And this is when Mike was knocking people out for just smiling. I was like, so one dude in the back said, yo, Mike is in here. I was like, oh, snap. And the black girls in the front said, what you gonna do, Jamie? You scared? You scared? You gonna do your joke? I'm like, shush. And so then the dude yelled out, yo, Mike said do the joke, but that better be funny. So everybody looking at Mike, then they all look at me, and I did my thing. You know, Mike Tyson heavyweight boxing champ, you know, whatever it was. And I think I did some kind of joke about him going through the drive-thru of Kentucky Fried Chicken. No, I went to the drive-thru of Kentucky Fried Chicken, and he was the voice. Yeah, it was something like, hi, welcome to Kentucky Fried Chicken. May I take your order?
And?
So after it was over, everybody was laughing, it was a standing ovation, but I was worried. But Mike runs up to me, there he is, come here, you silly mother. And I started hanging out with Mike Tyson.
Wow.
Which was crazy because he was so rich and so famous at the time. We would be in clubs. We'd go to a club, and Mike would see a girl and say, hey, how you doing? You like BMWs? And the girl would be like, yeah, well, come on, let's go. And he'd go to a BMW dealership, open up, and buy BMWs. It was crazy. And then the next few days, his boys would go knock on the door and get the BMWs back. But, I mean,
Those are good friends. Those are good friends.
Those are really good friends. But yeah, so, but then when I finally got on, when I finally, like, you know, auditioned for a show, it was called the Rock Show. And I get on the show. And,
is it like a sitcom?
It was a sitcom. It was called Rock. And I get on the show because that night, Robbie Reed discovered me that night, the night the Mike Tyson thing happened. So I get on the show, and I'm on the pilot.
Sure.
But for some reason, I know the reason, I just can't tell you guys. For some reason, I got fired.
Wait, so you know why you got fired?
I know why I got fired.
That's important to know that.
It'll be in the book. But I get fired, but I'm thinking at least I did the pilot, so I tell everybody back in Terrell, Texas, you know, that, you know, I made it, but they cut me out the pilot. So when the pilot aired, I wasn't in it, so my grandmother and everybody thought, you know, that boy out there lying on drugs or something, but yeah, that was that, and then a show by the name of In Living Color. You can do what you wanna do in living color. That show had 100 people come audition, down to 50, down to 25, down to 10, down to 5. I was part of that 5. I went on stage to do my final audition, and in the audience is the juggernauts, Jim Carrey, all of the Wayans. It was like 30,000 of those. And I get a standing ovation, and the rest was history.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you have a beautiful new movie. Are you drinking with both hands like Donald Trump? Doing your Trump? No? You okay, man? You all right?
It just makes you feel warm when I do that, right?
Yes, yes. Well, you have a new movie called Just Mercy.
Yes.
And it follows a man named Brian Stevenson, who I was lucky enough to interview at the Old Show in 2013. And he is a man who believes in criminal justice reform and getting justice for the innocent. Tell the people like what the story of the movie is and who your character is. What the relationship is between the two of you.
First of all, I get a call from Michael B. Jordan, who I've known for years. And what I love about Michael B. Jordan is that he keeps this narrative alive, even though he's the biggest star on the planet. He did Fruitvale Station, that narrative played through for our culture. Then he did Killmonger in Black Panther, but at the same time, he still kept that narrative alive for what's going on with our culture. Now, here's Just Mercy about Brian Stevenson, who's a young lawyer who goes down to Alabama and finds out that there are people on death row who have been unjust. They've been framed or just completely lied on. And one particular person is Walter Mcmillian, which is in his book, Just Mercy. I play Walter Mcmillian, who's, just regular man, has a tree chopping business, pulping business. Driving home one day on a country road, police pull him over and say, you killed someone in a city that he never been in and a person that he never heard of. They take him, put him in jail. He was in jail for 6 years without a trial. It's a very powerful, powerful film. And so it tells the journey of Brian Stevenson meeting Walter Mcmillian and Walter telling him, you don't understand down here in the South, because, he was from city parts. He says, it's going to be tough. What makes you think you can get this done? And he takes on the case, and it is the first case in Alabama that was overturned. It's like I said, it's an inspirational story. It's a beautiful story, and I hope everyone goes to check it out.
We have a clip right here, and I believe this is where your character is saying to Brian Stevenson, what makes you think you can do this?
Yeah.
Jim?
You rich boy from Harvard, you don't know what it is down here when you're guilty from the moment you're born. And you can buddy up with these white folks and make them laugh and try to make them like you, whatever that is, and you say yes sir, no ma'am, but when it's your turn, they ain't got to have no fingerprints, no evidence. And the only witness they got made the whole thing up. And none of that matter when all y'all think is I look like a man who could kill somebody.
But that's not what I think.
Extraordinary movie. We have to take one more break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Mr. Jamie Foxx, everybody. Stick around.